guitar. Where's that sound coming from? Holy, what's up, Facebook? Sorry, technical difficulties. I got 20 speakers going on. Here we are. We're live, boys. What's your name?
Christos Papadelos.
Connor Beer Knuckle Belly. Barry, the only reason why I said to mention his name, because I couldn't get his last name done about 50 times already. So, guys, welcome to the show. That's your camera if you want to flip anyone off or anything like that. But if you kind of look there, you're going to look at your camera anyway. So,
Man,
guys.
I'm moving around over here on this one. And that's not happening right now, right?
What do you mean? Yeah, it's a little delay right now. Yeah.
Okay.
This is the real one. That's just to see if anyone's asking a question. But yeah, that's like a 5-second delay or something.
I thought it was like an alternate reality.
No. This show sucks already. So guys, welcome to the show, man. Kind of big things out of you, bro.
Yeah.
You know, even though COVID has hit us and we're in kind of a stagnant stage in MMA. You're doing things. I mean, things have happened for you as far as a new management.
Yeah.
You're back in the gym. You're training. Contender Series is rumors are August. Fight Island's ready to go.
Yeah.
Everyone's kind of in the same boat. Who isn't already in the UFC? They're getting ready for maybe something ahead. So what's your plan? How's training going and what's going on in your mind is the future and what can happen in the next few months for you?
Yeah, man, it's going good. I'm training like, I don't know, just a little bit smarter right now just because we have like these small groups. So the small group is like, it's fucking key, man, because we could just basically go in the lab and just fucking work. We have to do like, it's a little bit different than a full class. Sometimes you get people in class that like they'll hold you back a little bit. Maybe you go with them and it's like, I'm not really getting shit out of this. And you don't.
Yeah, because the people you are with now are all gauged in, and
exactly.
they give you the best
and
work.
Sometimes you're not gonna be a dickhead. You'll roll with a white belt or something like that. But when you got a fight coming up, it's like it's not ideal.
Yeah.
You don't want to be rolling with someone who knows nothing. So we've been working. We just got like little small groups. Me, Christos, my brother. We got some other dudes that come in. It's fucking great, man.
Excellent.
Yeah,
now, I didn't know when I came on your podcast, and a little before that, I saw that he was on your podcast. I didn't know you guys were connected. As far as, are you on his fight team? Are you how you guys connected as far as training and gyms and all that?
Yeah. So Christos used to work at our gym. He used to teach the kids over there, and then we started rolling and training right then. So
now you're a competitive, no gi, everything like
everything. Yeah.
So all right. So how did you get into it? Because you're pretty advanced at this point. You look as far as this leg lock stuff, and how'd you get involved with that, and how'd you start in your career here?
It's funny, man. I have like literally the funniest excuse for starting jiu-jitsu. I saw Conor McGregor just beat the shit out of Dennis Seaver, and I remember watching that fight. And at the time, I was doing Taekwondo. As a kid, I was a black belt in Taekwondo. I'm like, well, I already know how to kick and punch like this guy. I just got to learn this jiu-jitsu stuff. And I started it and met my coach, and it took off from there. And that just kind of became what I put all my focus towards. And it's been working out so far. So I'm going to try to keep the ball rolling and win some big tournaments.
Now, are you doing anything other than BJJ and grappling? Are you getting any other, like, you said you did Taekwondo. Are you still getting a little of that, or are you just 100%?
Yeah,
rolling?
I definitely get some striking in when I can, but the priority is definitely grappling. The next big event I'll be competing in is the ADCC trials in November. So that's my next focus. I won't be fighting before then. That's the next thing I do.
Purple belt?
Mm-hmm.
When did you get it? Because I've seen pictures. And how long did it take you from your blue belt to get your purple belt?
I don't even know. I think I got my blue belt when I was almost 16. Then I just got my purple belt maybe like 5 months ago. I think it was like
what,
January.
you're 20 years old? How old are you?
I'm 18.
Oh my God! You're a baby! And he's got his own podcast going on, man. Awesome, bro. Awesome.
Thank you.
So, as far as, what do you... what do you like the best as far as grappling? Do you do gi, no gi? Where do you excel from, and where do you have the most fun?
It's all fun. Honestly, like, I think as everyone has their own kind of journey in jiu-jitsu, and they'll maybe drift from liking gi like for a while and then liking no gi for a while, and eventually you just find one where you tend to love both. And I love doing both, but right now my priority is no gi, specifically for that tournament in the fall. But yeah, I love doing both.
Roll with this guy?
Yeah, of course, yeah. Yeah, he got good really quick too. It was cool because like we started working when he was like a blue belt, and I would just kill him.
Literally.
Yeah.
And now like he like I gotta really be on my toes. Yeah, it was only in a matter of like a year since that was happening.
Plus he's growing too.
Yeah,
he's like
for sure.
From 16 to 18 years old. 18 years old.
Yeah. And it really, honestly, what it is just having a group of people around you that have like the same goals, you know. And that's what's most important about it, is like we all want it, you know. It's not like nobody's there as a hobbyist. Like this is like our lives, you know. And everybody's like that in the group, so it's fucking like it weeds out all that stupid bullshit that you get with like just regular classes. So it's nice. Awesome. The quarantine train's been better than regular training.
Yeah, we talked about that. I mean,
so.
people are, you know, forced to learn and really hone in on things they maybe lacked before the COVID. I mean, you're able to get things better and figure things out and learn new things too. You know?
Yeah, you get to think about things a little bit more. So instead of what happened with me is I'd kind of just like be reacting. I'd just be like, I gotta train twice a day, every day, you know, and that's it. You know, I didn't really have a plan. I wasn't like, I gotta work on X or this. I gotta work on my arm bars, or I gotta work on this, you know. And now it seems like there's a strategy in place, so we know where we're going now, you know.
Excellent. Now, big news came out, you know, a week and a half ago that you Top Game Management, you got together with them. How did that get worked? How did you? I know you've been training, getting some cross training at Lozon's, and we know that's, you know, Tyson Shade, you know, a lot of fighters from there are hooked up with him in management. How did you get hooked up with him, and how did it become a rally? How did they come up to you and think you were a good fit for them?
Yeah, so you know, it's a good question. It's funny. So I'm from a town called Stoneham, Massachusetts, and it's pretty small, and it's funny, like out of the town, you know Greg Vendetti?
Yeah.
So Greg Vendetti and me, like I didn't really know him as a kid, but we were kind of just like, we were just both like tough boxers at the time, you know, and I saw him starting to do it, and he's awesome, man. He's like, I want to say he's like 19-2 right now as a pro fighter. Like he fought in France pretty recently. He's doing big things, and it was just from a really small town too, man. So I saw him like getting good, and that like pushed me to do the same thing too, and that brings me to my next point. This kid Billy, all right.
Now we're to Billy.
Yeah, we're going around some places. Yeah, so he's another kid from Stoneham, right? And I didn't know him either. You know, like I didn't really know him. When I started my gym in Stoneham, a friend of mine said, "Hey, my buddy Bill. I don't know if you know him. He's from your town, and you know, he wants to come in and check out the gym." And he did, and we became boys, and you know, he's a good friend of mine, and he's also a good friend of Tyson's, and you know, we started working a lot together, and I started working with Tyson too a bit. You know, we were rolling together at Anderson's place in Medford, like
Anderson Silverio.
Silverio, and he'd come in too. We'd roll with him, and like he knows that like I'm skilled, you know. He's seen me train, and he knows what I'm capable of, really.
Yeah.
And basically, we talked for a while, and he just wanted to like touch base, and the idea was for him to just manage me once I got to the big league at first, and then you know, as it came out, it was like, you know what, I just need somebody to help me get there.
Yeah.
You know, that's going to be more important right now. You know, I just need to get my foot in the door, get in there, and you know, and he was the guy. So.
He's definitely the guy. He's definitely the guy. I mean, you know, Rob Font.
Yeah.
Calvin.
Yeah.
He's got these other studs, Jorgen De Castro. I think
William
Knight's under him.
Oh yeah.
Tim Caron too.
He was,
maybe.
yeah.
Sumter.
I don't know if he still is, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean they've. If not, they've been in there.
They get everybody,
Yeah.
honestly, and he does a good job. He's smart about it, and he's a fighter as well. He's not just like a fucking business person. So, you think about things, and it's not just from a business perspective like a lot of managers would. It would be, he's a black belt, so I think it's a good place to be.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely a gateway, definitely a way to help you to get into that next level. So you know what I mean? And you're a smart guy. When we talked on interviews, you're talking about, the regional.
Yeah.
I'm just about done with the regional thing. And this was before the ammo card that got canceled. I think I interviewed you like 2 or 3 weeks before it. And then you're like, I'm just about done with this, this regional scene.
It's kind of pointless,
Yeah, and then this fucking thing happened. You were really cool about it. Like you had busloads of people ready to go there. You headlined the card, and this, this could have launched you to that next level. And then you were pretty cool. You were like, it is what it is, and
at that point, it's like, fuck, man, what can you do at that point? It's like, man, like, I wish I didn't have to call all the way, but. It is what it is.
Excellent.
Fuck,
Now, I'm going to get to him and talk to you a little bit about the podcasting, because I was on your show. But before you started the podcast, you were doing videos, instructional videos, just things like that as far as on YouTube. Is that something that you started recently too? Or were you doing that? You're only 18. When did you start doing this tech shit?
So, I've just always been kind of interested in, like, video editing and stuff like that. So I always try to find a way to tie it into jiu-jitsu, and I thought it was kind of fun to make YouTube videos about it, try to help people, like, answer some questions that people that are beginners might have. And then I don't want to say I got bored of it, but then I started researching into doing a podcast and then getting everything together, and I just enjoy it so much more, and I'd rather spend my time putting that together than the videos.
Yeah, it's a great, like we talked about that, how it's like art and it's something that you create, which makes it even more,
It's so much more fun.
Yeah.
It's so much more fun.
Now I got your guess, because you've had how many episodes already of your new?
We got 5 up.
5.
Yes.
So and the first 5 people, you had him, of course. You had Tom Pags on there.
I did.
Who else? Jay Perrin.
Yes, Jay came on. That was a good one.
Now, are these Jay Perrin? I've seen some, like, you're training with Jay Perrin, get some cross train. Is that someone that?
Yeah, we're teammate. So his jiu-jitsu coach is my jiu-jitsu coach, Anderson Silverio.
Yeah.
So his jiu-jitsu team is Brazil 021, and he comes to us for his jiu-jitsu classes. So we always get really good working with him.
Ken Moy is.
Ken comes too.
Over there. So
Nasty.
you got killers over there.
It's a good group.
Yeah.
It's a very good group.
So when they're fighting at Cage Titans, are you there? Do you go to the shows? Like the MMA show?
Oh yeah.
I never I didn't know you until recently. I think I've seen you in a couple of grappling, maybe a grappling at Combat Zone or something like that, like starting off the show. But it was really cool to meet you and see you fucking, doing all the shit, the podcast and the instructional shit. I really liked.
Thank you.
Because you're talking about, the game, you know what I mean, and people are really drawn to that. Is that something you're still doing, or you?
It's harder.
A lot.
Yeah, it is a lot. Like we talked about. After that podcast is over, I have probably about 5 hours worth of editing before it goes up. So I have to balance that out with my everyday schedule. But when it finally goes up, I'm proud of what it looks like so far, and I'm only gonna try to make it better.
Excellent. I got one coming out, people, that I did with him. I haven't done a podcast. That's my only 3rd podcast ever.
Really?
And the whole time I've been doing this, MMA thing over 4 years. Nobody wants me on their pod. Like, I don't ask, but no, maybe. And I think I talked to you about it on the podcast, that I think either people are intimidated to have me on their podcast, or they don't like me. It's either or. Why wouldn't you want me on? Or why would one see what ticks, or they just don't give a fuck. They just like my memes. I don't know. Fuck, man.
But man, you're gonna have haters, and you're gonna have people that are right by your side too. Like I told some people I had you on, and they keep texting me, asking me when the episode is coming out.
No shit. They probably
With
think I'm going to
you.
call people out and shit, which I think I did a couple of times.
Probably like, this guy's
Maybe.
fucking nuts.
Fucking
That's
asshole.
what-
Well, I think I wanted to call out the Jake Aiken guy that was making fucking.
We're gonna disable the
yeah.
comments on that one.
What happened?
That's funny.
Yeah. Look, someone's hotting me right now, probably because
Fine, basket.
yeah, because you talk about haters. I had that page that was making fake pages on Instagram about me
What was
because
that?
I blocked him on Facebook. The kid, he got
Jeez.
all bent out of shape, and then he started making fake pages. I know it's him. I know it's fucking, and he's gonna get a slap in the face when I see him. It's gonna happen.
Who is he?
He's just a poor thing.
A journalist? Or
And,
just
no, he's not a journalist. He takes pictures and stuff like that, and he badmouthed us.
Is he a photographer, or did he just take pictures? Is it like a?
No, he's a photographer.
Oh,
I think.
okay,
Like,
okay.
he's just an
Yeah.
asshole too. So, pussy. So with that said,
So we talk shit on here too, huh?
Huh?
So we talk shit on here
Let's
too.
yeah, you can talk anything. I don't know who's on. Tyler King was on here. You guys, how's Tyler King doing? We got yeah. You talk like that. That was another fight. Like things are happening with this podcast as
Yeah.
far as New England MMA and like the rankings and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah.
It's getting chatter going. Like
Causing a
you
little talk going.
like. All right, I'm gonna put the because we'll talk a little bit about the 155 pound rankings
Yeah.
because they came out and you're on them, which I
Yeah.
think you should be ranked higher. But where are we? Pro lightweight. So we talked a little bit about this and you mentioned a couple of names and it's too early. I mean, when do you think a card is actually going to happen that we can really talk about getting matchups? I know Premier's putting stuff out.
Yeah.
But is that set in
I think that's a
stone?
big risk too. Yeah, like I'm happy they're putting something out, and it's just tough, man. Because like technically we're not even supposed to be training, so
And do they know how many people the capacity?
no idea.
Like how do I don't know what's going on. It's great to have posters out,
Yeah.
but I can't take them serious until I
Until
get more
the
news
state
on
says
things
something,
opening up.
No,
Yeah, as far
I
as
feel the same way. I just feel like just at least for Massachusetts, like if New Hampshire's open, do them in New Hampshire. Like
yeah.
have a combat zone because then at least we could do it. Like Massachusetts is a big risk because we have no idea what the fuck's going on right now.
And I heard when Lars and Travis and I were talking, they would New Hampshire looks like the place that is probably going to be the best option to do things. You know what I mean?
Honestly, and the only show the thing. I'm not gonna badmouth the commission on here or anything, but like the New Hampshire commission is like they're not like organized like Mass Commission is, and they're like the Wild West days, like 10 years ago, like what Massachusetts was.
So things can slip through.
Things slip through the cracks sometimes, and it's just like they do things a little bit different. It's a more like boxing based commission, I guess, like. They're old school. All the guys are like 80 years old.
Yeah, they
good guys.
Yeah.
But, like they're like old school.
Let's go to New Hampshire.
Oh yeah.
So, all right. As far as what'd you think about the rankings when they came out? As far as your 155, I mean, there's a ton of talent on there.
Oh, yeah.
What was going through your mind when that came out? I mean, because we haven't had rankings in a while. I mean. Tapology has them, but it's everyone clumped in there.
Yeah, for sure.
And there's people in there having fought for
like 5 years.
a long time.
Yeah.
So when they came out and it was like, what were you thinking? Like when you saw your name and were you pissed that you were 8th or whatever?
No, not really. I was just it's just like for me, like I said, the regional scene is like it doesn't do it for me. It doesn't get my dick hard, I guess.
Yeah.
So I really need to like I don't want to be there too much longer. Like,
yeah.
I've had 7 amateur fights, and I've had like 16 fights in local shows already, and I feel like it's about time to.
Why didn't you have why never Bellator? Was there never an option?
No,
I mean,
you know what? It's still on the table.
Yeah.
Really like. When I started off like fighting, like my goal was to be in the UFC, so I feel like I might as well just push up to the UFC and try for that first, and if that fails, then God forbid, knock on wood, then Bellator would be probably the next next best thing to go on to. But
Do you think fighters going to Bellator before they get a chance at UFC hurts
I think it
them?
hurts them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it does sometimes. You know, I think you know, I think the UFC, like, I think they look at it and they're like, oh, this is competition. You know, and the local shows, I don't think they see it as competition because, you know, it's a local show. It's not even close to competing with the UFC. But Bellator somewhat is, just because of the production that they got on their shows and all that shit. They have good production. They got a good amount of hype on their shit. But they have some good fighters too. You know?
They do.
No lie. You know, so.
But UFC is the
UFC's the goal. Yeah. UFC's the goal.
Holy Grail.
Yeah, it is the Holy Grail. Yeah.
You know, how's it? Well, we'll talk a little bit about the ranks there, but how's it feel to see, you know, some of our fighters doing fucking great over there? Some of the fighters some fighters that you're in management on the same management. You know, you got Calvin fighting, headlining the first card on
the Fight
Island.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
And they're showing like little clips of what Fight Island kind of looks like, but man.
Yeah, man, it's close, man. I can almost taste it, basically. You know, I think my skill level's there. I just, you know, it's just the right opportunity. You know,
I don't see like local MMA happening until at least November.
I don't think it will.
October, November,
honestly,
maybe not even to the. Yeah, you don't need to see. I mean, there's too many hurdles, too many things. I mean, you got gyms in Massachusetts still not open, not being able to train. It's like, and they're going out of business. Like, I mean, things are
at least with professional fighters, there's no fucking way. Like, you can't pay fighters and then have nobody in the stands. You know, it's not going to work out that way. And nobody's like. There might be some people that pay for it on like a pay-per-view or something, but how much money are you gonna make on
$4
that? And if you're giving,
$10 a view.
let's say you're giving two pro fighters, even if you're giving them $500, $500 and $500, well, they're not making any money, you know. So where are you gonna get that $500 from? You know, how's the promotion getting that even in the first place?
And you know, you're not selling any.
Yeah, you
like
can't.
your food, you know, anything there.
Yeah.
Fucking
no
T-shirts.
beers, nothing. So we're going to Miami in 2 weeks to corner Pat's fight, and that's going to be no crowd over there. It was like an $80 flight to Miami.
Oh, that's awesome.
And, I'm going down on, I think, like the 11th, and he's fighting on a Sunday, either the 12th or the 13th, I think, of July.
Really?
Yeah. And,
what's the name of the promotion?
It's XFN, I believe.
Oh, I heard of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's an all amateur show, and honestly, that makes sense because they're not risking anything.
Yeah.
But I mean, they probably still have to pay a commission. They probably still have to do some stuff. Would it be worth it? I don't know. It's probably like they could probably say the best.
I think they're streaming it on their website.
Yeah, but I mean, I wonder if they're like, what does it cost? What does it cost for a commission to come in? Like $3,000 just to get the Mass Athletic Commission to come in or something. I would assume Florida. Maybe Florida's. No,
maybe
state by
something's
state.
different there.
Yeah, state by state's totally different. So maybe they don't have to pay much.
So if they're streaming it on that, are they streaming it free?
Flow Combat.
Oh, so they're gonna try to get. They're hoping that people, you know, in Florida
and maybe
around that might buy it. I mean, some
maybe
people,
they will, but it's free. I mean, once you get a membership for Flow Combat, it's free.
Oh, that's
anyway.
right.
Yeah.
That's right. So they might be getting.
So what do they get?
Maybe their show is getting paid for. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
I mean, they might break even.
Who knows?
Just to get a show out there and get their name out there and be like kind of like
a time where nobody else.
No one's fighting. I mean, it could.
Maybe.
You know, it's something. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know, congratulations for them and congratulations to the fighters for showing up to do it, especially amateurs.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they make their money selling fucking tickets.
Too, is Florida. Like, the COVID's been going way up in Florida.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what, like, Florida's, like, probably one of the worst places right now for it. And they're the only ones doing fights. You know, it's fucking crazy.
Bare Knuckle is, you know, supposedly the middle of July, the middle of July too.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. It's unbelievable.
Hey,
I don't know. Yeah,
we'll get through. We'll push through it, man.
Oh yeah.
So who's taking the trip to?
Just me and Pat.
You and Pat.
Yeah, that's it. And then I'll be down. I think Pat's going pretty soon. I think he's gonna probably head off for like the next couple of days and drive down there. And I was like, dude, I can't take 2 weeks off to do that. So
does he have family sort of that way?
He's from Florida.
Oh, okay, then he's
he's from Florida, so he's got tons of family and shit in Florida. Yeah, he's all set. He's all set.
Going to Florida.
Yeah,
he's fighting in Florida.
Exactly.
Good for
Yeah,
him.
exactly.
So how long you staying? Just a weekend?
I'm just gonna stay the weekend. Yeah.
You ain't hanging out. You're getting the hell out of
there.
Yeah.
Place is scary down there, dog.
Oh my God. Well, you've been, his coach for a while. I mean, I saw you at Smokers, at Wishes Smokers, a couple of Smokers, man. I mean, he's come along. I mean, he was talented then. Well, I think he was doing MMA in Florida before, before he came here.
He was doing MMA in Florida, and he never really like amassed like a great record down in Florida. But he always he's got a lot of heart, man. So he wants it too. He's just like all of us. So, like, you want it, and you can tell when somebody like really wants it, So we all started working together, man, and with the team over at Defensive Edge, we've been like sharpening everybody's swords, and it's fucking great. It's just like iron sharpening iron, man.
What is it? FS?
F5.
F5. You got a bunch of people. A couple of them on the rankings also, like the amateur.
Who got?
Who do you got?
Is Pat's probably not on there?
No, Pat's not. I don't know why. Why wouldn't he be on? Because he only had one MMA fight
around here. Yeah. I think so.
That's probably why.
Yeah, he had the Muay Thai fight, and then
I could be wrong, but I thought I saw. There's got to be a couple of guys.
Who was on there, number 10?
That's who I'm thinking right there. Who fought Mapufu for the belt there?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I like. He's a good.
And then we gotta get Vasta on there too.
Yeah.
Vasta, he's got an.
All right. We got to talk about that too with the featherweights amateurs, because they just came out there. Because you were saying something on there, right? You made a comment.
Well, I think Vasa should definitely be on there.
Yeah. He said he'll fight anyone on there that's not holding the belt.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be fighting and belt to belt or whatever,
Yeah.
So what's up with him?
Vasa's looking good, man. He's getting slick. He learned really quick, and he was like a BMX rider. Like, he's got fucking balls for days. Like, he doesn't give a shit. Like. He's been really hurt before, and he'll walk it off. He doesn't care. He's a tough kid. He learns pretty quick too, just like everybody else. And like I said, we're pushing everybody here at Defensive Edge. We're just fucking we're this big team, and we're sharpening everybody up.
How many kids you got on the fight team?
Right now, like, active fighters, like for that ammo show, we were supposed to have. We're supposed to have Josh Welch, Tyler, Pat was supposed to fight. Who else am I missing? Was Tyler, O'Doherty? I don't know. I'm probably missing.
Yeah, there's too many names.
Blanking, yeah. And they're gonna be watching this and gonna be like, "Oh, fuck you, Connor!" Like,
they might be
they
might be in this picture montage here that I'm playing right now of your team. But if they're not,
probably. Probably. You're like, fuck you. Dude.
Well, here's what happened when we clip this out for Instagram. I'll throw their picture in there. I'll give them a cameo.
Yeah, Vasta too.
Yeah, tell them.
So we were all on that card. Like, so we had like 5 guys from F5, which was just like fucking awesome, and like, we were gonna make a big statement. It was gonna be great.
Yeah.
And then obviously, as we're in the sauna, we're all at the gym. We're all like on weight, and we're like just ready to get up to fucking Hooters where weigh-ins were, and we just got a message on Facebook, and it was like, "Oh, it's canceled." And I was just like, "Fuck."
Did you kind of know, or were you thinking because the Bellator shit was happening?
Well, Bellator said they were still going to do it, So, like, honestly, when we found out that the governor started saying that, like, no gatherings over 250 people, like, I think I sold, like, almost that amount of tickets. So, so I knew right off the bat that something was going to happen. And I was, like, hoping that maybe they would just, like, cycle fans in, like, so they say, "Hey, what fight are you guys here for? Like, you guys can be here, you can watch it there," and then maybe put TVs outside or something.
Yeah, that sounds like you flush them in and out per fight,
Who knows? Yeah. But, I thought maybe they'd try to get something worked with, but, it didn't work out. So, it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Now we're just training and getting ready for something else.
And, everybody got fucked, man.
Now, do you roll with all these killer guys?
Yeah,
Do you-
I mean, I roll with Connor quite a bit, and then with Pat, I get some work in when I can, and he's a beast too.
He is a beast. That fight he had at Combat Zone where he won, did he won Performance of the Night?
Yep.
Yeah,
Something like-
yeah, that big old.
That was
trophy,
I mean that.
That was a
I
good
like
fight,
the
huh?
dude that he fought too.
Tyler's a good kid.
I
yeah,
like him.
too.
And I saw him win at a fight at Cage Titans.
Yeah.
I actually interviewed him after the fight.
He's good. He's good too.
Yeah, he is. He's
good.
good. I mean, that's why when I saw, Pat and him going at it,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
it was like it was fierce for a
Yeah.
little while, and I just
that
saw
first
Pat
round was
taking
very
care.
close.
Yeah,
That first
I
round
saw,
was very close, man.
and I just saw Pat
close.
taking over and just
Oh, yeah.
having that. He's just,
yeah. He's just
gritty
tough.
and
Yeah,
nasty,
yeah,
man.
exactly. Yeah, he won't quit in there.
and it's fun to watch him. Like when I was watching, I saw his Muay Thai because he was doing the wishes, and then he fought at Combat Night.
Yeah.
It was fun to watch all that, and then it was fun to watch it all put together in MMA because I didn't know when I first talked to him. I didn't know he had all that MMA experience. When I
Yeah.
talked to him at Combat Zone, the Combat Night, I think I interviewed him in the back,
Mhm.
and he was talking about how, I've been in this game. Don't sleep on my jiu-jitsu.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I can grapple too. And I was like, really? And then I, saw what he was doing.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, this kid's
I
pretty
think
well
he's better
rounded.
on the ground than he is striking.
That's
too.
what he was
I think
saying.
I think his ground game is really good. For MMA, I think his ground game is like probably at the top of the. I don't think any amateur will beat him on the ground. I don't think any amateur will really beat him right now, anyways.
Yeah. What's his weight? What is he
At
at?
55.
155.
Yeah.
So, he's fighting this fight in Florida.
Yeah.
Comes away with a win. I mean, he's primed and ready to.
Yeah. He should be good to go.
Yeah, take on anyone. Is he any? Well, let's let him get through this fight first, man.
Yeah, he
'Cause-
can take like my sloppy seconds of all the people I beat, and he can just like fight them after me, and then.
Is he
then
targeting New
he just-
England? Well, of course he's an amateur. He's gonna have to fight like New England fighters, and he's kind of in his way.
yeah. So
If he's fighting around here,
We're gonna find good matches for him too.
I wish I had the 155. I probably do have it. The 155
yeah,
amateur
yeah.
thing. There's a bunch of names on there.
Yeah,
but-
he was chirping all of them.
Oh, was he?
Oh God. Yeah, like I think every single one of them. I think he made like an Instagram post and was like tagged everybody in the post and was like, "I want to fight you guys."
Did he? I didn't even see that. I went on there like,
dude,
was
yeah.
liking it and
It was
shit.
ridiculous. Yeah.
Was it? Was he pissed? What's his record? What is he MMA here though?
Dude, to be like his Tapology page, he has like 2 different Tapology pages under
Yeah.
2 different names. Like I think the one that he's on right now says he's 2-1. I think honestly he's like, I want to say he's like 3-2 or something like that.
So he should have been. I don't know.
But like he's. I'm not even sure, to be honest. I
It's
have no
weird.
fucking clue.
I don't know.
Yeah, because
some
I
of
don't
them
know
probably have to
why
ask
he
him,
wasn't.
yeah.
I don't know. He must be on our
I
data
think,
bank.
I think on Tapology he's 2-1 as an amateur.
I gotta check our data bank to see
Yeah.
what it says he is on ours.
Yeah.
Because we might have something different.
Yeah. I mean, he has 2 first names, so one of his Tapology accounts under like Jalen Patrick Jones, the other one is under just like Pat Jones.
All right, so what we need to, because we can make his record what he wants it to be.
Yeah,
At this
honestly, yeah,
point.
exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know what we put him
No,
as.
he needs to. He does need to talk to somebody on Tapology or something. Get
Yeah.
that sorted away. 'Cause,
I mean, and then let us know because we'll put it out because ours looks prettier than Tapology.
Yeah.
But we'll put it in there is what it is. You know what I
Sure,
mean? Is what he
sure.
wants
The
it. You know what I
actual
mean?
record, yeah.
The actual, if he
Yeah.
has sanctioned fights,
Yeah.
they should count his record because
Sure.
there's fighters on our rankings that haven't all fought in New England or
Yeah.
maybe just fought one time in New England, but they're in our rankings
Mhm.
because they fought here.
And sometimes it's kind of weird, but sometimes other states like the fights aren't sanctioned. You know?
Okay.
And it's almost like, and I don't know if they were, they weren't, or whatever, but sometimes you'll see like an amateur fight or something like that, and depending on whatever the state is, like you're like technically it's like just a smoker fight.
Is it still up on Tapology? You think as a
I think some of them.
Some of them
yeah.
aren't. Some of them aren't at all. No. And some of the fights that like I've seen, like he showed me videos of them. Some of them were just like you can't punch on the ground or something like that. It was just like once it hit the ground, it was like so just like really
just
odd.
grappling?
Yeah,
Totally grappling
like
then?
striking, but then grappling on the ground. No punching. I was like, that's really odd. I remember Canada had some weird rules for a while too. Like if you were doing MMA, like man, I want to say it was like 2-minute rounds. Canada had some fucking wild rules. tools.
Really?
Yeah, like I don't know if it was headgear or it was something big. I think it was big gloves. I think they were using like almost boxing gloves.
For an
something like
MMA
that.
fight?
Yeah, it was fucking wild.
Not many submissions going on.
No,
there,
no, yeah, like none.
Which
Yeah.
UFC event was it where they told them that they couldn't punch, hit the palm strike, and half the fighters just like fucking clocked each other anyway?
Yeah.
Which
Was
one
that?
was that?
I don't know,
It was
yeah, that
like
must've been really
UFC.
early.
Who knows that? Who
30
knows that out
something.
there in New England land? What UFC was it when they were only could palm strike and they were beating the fuck out of each other?
And they just kept punching. They didn't care. They were told that they could get like arrested if they punched.
Oh, because it's the barbaric nature.
Oh,
of
yeah.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
It was so early.
they were just barely
Yeah.
commissioning it.
I
And
know.
I mean, palm slaps hurt the fuck too, though.
Oh, there's no padding on that side of the glove. That's an effective
Bass
strike.
Rutten,
man.
he was beat the fuck out of people
Oh, yeah.
doing that.
It's an effective strike.
Yeah.
It really is. Like, and this side of your glove, like, especially as an amateur fighter, that's like I think that's like a 6-ounce glove maybe, you know, because pros are 4, so I think amateurs are 6. So like to punch like an actual punch in an amateur glove is like it doesn't really do that much because there's that fucking like big old padding there. Like hammer fist, there's no padding on that side of the glove, so that's like hammer fist is deadly as an amateur. And the palm strikes again, there's no padding right there, so. Like, that's going to cut you open, you know? Like,
Yeah.
this is going to just slide off your face. Like, hammer fist, that'll cut you. These, they'll cut you
I
up.
think more people should
Yeah.
slam that,
No,
that palm while
it's
they're
legal.
ground and pounding.
It's legal as an amateur.
I never see that, but
You never
it's
see
always
it.
the
You never do.
you know.
Yeah. Hammer fists are good, too. I mean,
Yeah.
especially as an amateur, like, those fucking hurt, dude. They fucking hurt.
Have you seen combat jiu-jitsu?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
there's been I've seen a video of one, but there's been knockouts with palm strikes in combat jiu-jitsu.
And that's all they can do is right. Is
Yeah.
like
yeah,
Yeah,
as
they-
long, yeah, as long as
they
the
can maybe
opponent's
punch the
grounded.
body or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. No, they
No.
can just
And-
slap.
Yeah, everything's
Just-
open-handed on an only grounded opponent, so they have to be on the ground. But yeah, as hard as you want. And I've seen one video of a knockout. It was pretty badass.
Well, when you're in a position like
Yeah.
that, see, it's a great. I like that because, I mean, you're working for a submission and then you could strike, but that might, even though you're hurting that guy, gives them an opening
Yeah.
to move out of
It's
that.
cool, but you can't strike on the feet. That's like the big
Right.
problem with it. Like, you know, that's kind of like you can only strike when you're on the ground, and it kind of I don't know. I
Yeah,
feel
but
like
you
it
think
kinda-
it might stay standing
like
too much though if you let
yeah,
it
but
stay
that
on
would be
the feet.
nice too, though, right? Why not?
Yeah, a
You
whole
know, you
nother
could do
sport like that. Yeah.
Basically, I mean, that's where it kind of gets weird. Is like that would probably be more realistic. It would probably be more like MMA.
It'd be probably more like
Like palm
when the
strikes.
Gracies were bringing people
Yeah.
in and they were fighting them, you know,
Like pancreas
proving
or
how they
something.
were good. There was a lot of palm strikes
Old pancreas
on the you
yeah.
know using kick, you know.
I-
Well, they can't use kick.
punches weren't allowed in pancrase, right?
No punches.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no-
so
Yeah, that's
all
why
palm-
Baz
You
was
could kick,
Baz
though.
was.
You could kick.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
fuck!
those
They
big
used to wear the
boots,
fucking
yeah.
boots.
The
Baz
wrestling
doing the
moves, yeah.
jumping splits and
you
shit.
know what? There was a lot of like leg locks back then. Tons
Yeah.
of leg
Yeah.
locks. And then after a while, you never saw them, and now they're starting to come back again.
Do you
Starting
think
to, like,
some
peek
of
their head
that
out.
had a little WWE in it?
I
Or
was
do you
just
think
gonna say-
was it totally? Everything was totally.
I think
real?
it was pretty legit for the most
Yeah.
part. You know, I think like if you watch some of those fights, you can see like there are some fights where, you know, like whether it's fixed or not, one guy knew he was probably gonna lose. You know, like and I think back in the day, like you didn't have many fighters to choose from, so
Yeah.
some dudes were just basically like pimping themselves out for money. You know, selling their good
Still
old
happens.
brain. Yeah, it does. It really does. Yeah. Just take brain damage for like. Oh man, you know, like what you don't need to. You're not making enough money to do that, to be honest. But yeah, it was big, and the fucking boots that they wore were like really easy to get leg locks in. And the Japanese people love fucking leg locks.
Yeah, is that
Back
it?
then, they fucking loved them, you know, and they worked. Like even Anderson Silva got leg locked, like in his prime.
Didn't he
too.
get like? Wasn't it flying something?
Yeah, flying scissor,
Yeah.
and then he got right into like an inside heel hook from
Right
there.
away.
And it was just,
That's
just
it.
like that.
Quick
And
as
Anderson
fuck.
Silva's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Especially back then. Like,
I don't think he lost a fight
I don't
after
think-
that,
no, I
right?
think- I
Until
think
he
you're
hit
right, yeah, the wide one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking. I mean, the leg locks they work. They work.
Oh fucking yeah.
Yeah.
Do they
Uh,
work?
Yeah, they work. I promise. I was gonna say like pro wrestling and MMA is like, especially back in the pancreas days, it's like they're a lot more tied together than like hardcore fans want to admit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're like, that's fake shit. Like push it off to the side. But back in the day, they were a lot more tied together. Like you didn't really know if it was real or not.
Yeah.
In certain events.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you got the athlete. I mean,
Yeah.
most of them fighters went on to fight like real
I kind of
MMA
like that.
and
Yeah, I kind of like the like Risen. They put on a cool show.
yeah, I like stuff like that.
actually-
I like that.
Yeah.
That I just like the atmosphere, even though I don't know what the fuck
Yeah,
they're
me
saying
too.
and shit. I
Me
love it, like the energy.
Even that like the Bellator theatrics sometimes like they have better theatrics that they put on like a better show. I would argue, you know, like I like how the fighters walk, just one of them.
Then what,
It's
UFC or
badass.
something?
Yeah,
Like it's
oh,
just, yeah, it's more.
And, you know, I like that. I like that they have freedom to wear whatever they want.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, and if I don't know if somebody has like a signature outfit or something, like that helps their brand. You know, it helps a fighter's brand. If like I don't know, let's say they wear like a fucking stupid hat every time they come out, and that's like it becomes something you associate that person.
Exactly.
You see the hat, and you're like, all right, that's that guy. You know, in UFC they don't allow that like personal expression. I guess like at least with what you're wearing. Like I mean, you could color your hair like Sean O'Malley or something, but other than that, like you're wearing the same shit as everybody else, basically.
Yeah, exactly. And that's ending. The Reebok deal is.
It is ending, huh?
It's basically at the end of its contract.
Really? And do you know what's going to happen afterwards?
I don't know. Somebody was saying Venom. I could have sworn
Oh,
that was
man.
just a rumor.
Really?
Like somebody mentioned
I
that,
wonder if
and
they
they were
have
like
the money.
Venom. That
wonder
they
if they have
make
the
great
money.
gloves and shit like that. But
Do you think they have the money to do that?
that's why.
I would
yeah.
think like Nike or Adidas.
Yeah, it's got to be a
I mean,
huge.
Adidas
somebody.
owns Reebok, actually. I just figured that out the other day.
Adidas owns
owns Reebok.
That's
yeah.
all I wear is Adidas.
Yeah, me
Shit.
too. Me too. I
fucking
love
love it.
Adidas.
They say
Yeah.
Adidas
Yeah.
hat
Yeah.
on.
Oh yeah.
Fucking love
I
it.
got everything Adidas.
Me too. That's why I order my sneakers, all my
Yeah,
Adidas.
oh yeah. Yeah, Nike's good too, but like I never wear Reebok shit, man.
Never.
Never.
I
ever.
never had.
Yeah.
Maybe
Oh,
when
yeah.
maybe running sneakers
Never.
when I was like 20, like when they had nothing else.
Yeah.
It's like I'm gonna get me a Reebok
Yeah,
sneakers.
fuck Reebok.
Honestly, they make nice stuff too.
Yeah,
But just
yeah,
no
yeah.
one wears it.
Well, I got like when UFC came into Boston, Calvin fought man, I forget who it was. I think DC fought that night too.
Oh,
I think
yeah,
he fought
against-
Ngannou or something, or Stipe maybe.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
he fought
yeah.
Stipe.
Yeah. So I was there and I got a shirt and it was like $80. It was just like had the fucking anchor. I looked dope, but like I washed it like 2 times and everything started peeling off. It's like, oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me, man! Like the whole thing was just peeling off. I spent $80 on it and I wore it like 4 times and then it started like looking fucking
You
super
remember when they
old.
were first coming out? They were making like the wrong country.
Yeah.
Country
Spelling
shapes and
names wrong,
spelling
yeah.
names fucking wrong. Reebok,
Oh, yeah.
they never watched an MMA fight in their life, and all of a sudden they're fucking doing everything, man. So it's fucked.
Honestly, like
Oh, yeah.
who buys those shirts? I feel like not many people buy them.
I don't see anyone with. Well, I
I've
don't
never
hang
seen
around
Some
with
people
them.
do. Some people like the McGregor one. I see people with McGregor tracks.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's like many that are big sellers. You know.
Yeah.
I just don't see. I've never seen someone wearing one. Like
Yeah.
just walking.
Atamapu, people are saying hi. Atamapufu is saying, "What's up, killers? You train?
Hey,
Do you guys?
I like Arthur. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's a good guy.
Arthur's a great
I've
guy.
trained with him a few times. I always invite him down to get some working with us too. So we'll be
Rick
looking to work
Alfred
with him.
saying a bunch of stuff.
Oh yeah, so that's Rick from Defensive Edge.
Yeah, he's
What's up, Rick?
he was asking if
Rick's the man.
Ford, what's his name? How do you say his name? Ford.
Food.
Foo. Yeah. He's number. Yeah.
Yeah, he was asking if he was in the rank because I think he's number 10.
Number 10.
Yeah.
10 and 9. Who he fought Arthur and
Yeah.
you know,
Mhm.
really good. He's a cool guy, cool cat.
Yeah.
When you talk to him, like the first time I talked to him, he's like,
Art.
he sold a house or something. He's like,
Oh
ah,
yeah. That's what he does.
I need extra. I got
He does
a
in
little
Florida.
cake out of that. Traveled the
Yeah,
world or something
yeah.
like that. I'm like,
He was in Thailand for like a long fucking time. Yeah, he, like longer than he was supposed to, and he he got in trouble for staying in there for too long.
did he?
Yeah, he did.
they want to
yeah.
keep him there or they didn't want to let him
I
come
don't know.
back.
I think he had to pay some big fine or something
Did he?
to the government because I think as a U.S. citizen you're allowed you're usually 1 month there, you know, unless you have some sort of like extended visa or something along those lines. And he was there for like 3 months or something. So
3 fucking months.
yeah,
man.
he was awesome, dude. He's
It's so
hilarious.
it's so
He's a
cheap to go
character,
there.
dude, Yeah.
but-
Yeah,
Oh, what do I
he's
think?
all over the place. He goes to Florida all the time. He travels everywhere.
I got the amateur featherweight here. This came out today, man. There's some fucking killers on there coming up in this friggin' weight class. This is the one that your boys looking to make Anthony.
Vasa?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anyone?
Vasa's technically he's only 1-0, I think, as an MMA fighter. He had that one fight that was like a kickboxing fight, and he lost a split decision, I think.
Yeah.
And then and that was it. So just 2 fights right now. So I want to see him. He's I think
Maybe
he's
go
also
one of the I don't know, one of the Leighton guys, or the one that's 0-1.
Yeah.
Or that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Oh, the twin brothers.
Yeah,
right?
the twin brothers.
Yeah.
They were just on Cage Table Titans last night.
Yeah.
But
Vasa's gonna be a problem. He's gonna be like really hard for people to deal with. He's just you don't see a 6'2", 145.
Yeah.
There, like I'm 6'2" and I fight at 55, and people are like, "You're fucking huge," and he's the same height as me, and then 1 weight class down, and that's like it's just weird, like because you're not used to shit, He's really flexible, like he can put his legs up wherever, It's
how old is he?
He's 19 or 20
God.
too. Yeah, he's a young kid too. Our whole team's pretty young. It's cool, our whole team. I think Pat Jones is the oldest one. Yeah, and then
How old is he?
26.
Oh Jesus!
27.
no, he's got to be. I think he's got to be 27. I think.
You know what? His
Maybe 20,
Tapology,
yeah.
I think, says he's
If
older.
I'm 42,
or something.
yeah.
Yeah, I was like, that's the
That's
fucking guy. I
hilarious,
said,
yeah.
that's the same guy.
Oh yeah,
I was
Yeah.
dying.
yeah, that's hilarious. And
Dying.
I have a
man.
whole different like nickname for him and everything too, on there. It's like they call him like 5-Finger Betty or something like that. Yeah. And you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if that was his nickname at one point, to be honest, I totally wouldn't be surprised.
That's funny.
As far as Tom Pags up there, he's
Yeah.
managed, or I don't know if he's.
Yeah,
he's part of.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. You have what do you think of that kid?
He's good,
You-
man. He's
you
good,
ever seen
yeah.
him at Lozanne's?
He's super talented. Yeah, I've worked with Tom a lot. Yeah. Well, maybe not a lot, but I sparred with him probably like 5 or 6 times.
Yeah.
I've got some roles with him. He's a good kid, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's talented.
see big things for
He's
him down the line.
talented. Yeah. It's good. It's good to see like all these people start coming up in New England, and then like when I started in the sport, like we didn't have like a lot of like UFC fighters around here. Like we didn't have a lot of people that were even like in like Bellator or anything. It was just like there was local fighters, and there was like good local fighters, but like they wouldn't be good enough for the UFC, and now like you see like the top level guys around here is all like fucking good enough for the UFC,
Is what do
Totally.
you think that's from? Cross training, coaches just.
Yeah, I think the cross training helps a lot. I think like obviously iron sharpens iron, so like over at Defensive Edge we've been doing like Sundays and people come in and just like it'll be like an open gym. Obviously not with the quarantine now, but we'll do our sparring and we'll have people coming off of different gyms and it's fucking awesome, man. And like Lozon has his thing on
Yeah.
Saturdays too, which is fucking great too. And the problem with the cross, like if you plan on fighting like a local dude, like it's probably not the best thing to do because everybody's gonna know what your game is.
Yeah.
And it means a lot. Like if I'm rolling with 2 people and I know that like let's say one of my students is way better than this guy on the ground, and I'll be like, hey, take that fight. It's a good fight.
Yeah, I see what you
Right?
mean. Yeah.
Why wouldn't
yeah,
I?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't
exactly.
I? And it's not like, I wouldn't really even be biased. Like it's not like I'm dislike him or anything, but it's like if it's a good fight for us, we'll take it.
It's like getting the answers to a test,
Yeah.
kind of.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
I mean, what
Yeah.
you do? You gotta look.
And that's what kind of
you know?
sucks too about like having to train with the same guys that like you don't know, and it puts a little bit of tension in the gym sometimes too, which is like good. I think for like Defensive Edge, I think Lozon's is good at it too, where they don't like kind of like really foster that like you gotta fucking beat this person. Or,
Yeah, exactly. They have they want him to.
There's like this unwritten code, where the egos generally don't get like we haven't. I don't remember ever having an actual fight at Defensive Edge. Like since I've been there, like maybe people have gotten pissed off and said something, and then it's over. Like we talk it over. It's like we got a good team down there.
You mean like fighting between
teammates? Yeah.
See, I was gonna ask you that. That was gonna be the next question because you're kind of a coach. That's your team. Is it like a club? Like you have to control because there's a lot of a young testosterone going around.
Oh yeah.
Egos, even though they're not, but
I gotta fucking push my ego on this kid all the time.
on who? On who?
Oh, yeah.
On who?
Yeah, me and Christos have ego matches all the time. It's
We
awesome.
go at it.
Is that, what do you mean? As far as like, come on, let's go. What?
I'll be like, oh, let's go. Christos will try to rip my fucking head off.
Is that right?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, he has PTSD from the times we rolled as his blue belt.
You just fuel. It's okay.
Well, wait a minute. Is it like what is it?
Flashbacks.
You just is it just that you know that you can go that much on him that like
we're both scramblers too.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like a style of jiu-jitsu too, I guess, where like just like no-gi where it's just fast-paced jiu-jitsu, you know, and it's and you won't like build that neural connection basically to be able to like hit like 8 moves in a matter of 3 seconds or 2 seconds or something like that, you know, unless you train like that.
Unless you go
there. Yeah. So with jiu-jitsu, like there are certain times where like it's totally necessary to train like that.
Yeah.
There's certain times where I'll be like a little bit sore and I'll have this motherfucker like cover my mouth. Yeah, I'll just be like suffocating me. I'm like, oh, you fucking bitch. Start peeling shit off. Yeah. Oh, that's great though. It's good.
Yeah,
fun.
it's good stuff.
It's like we're all like brothers, you know, like we do the same shit. And my brother too. He's just like he's getting fucking really good, man. And like he's a great training partner for me too, because we're like the exact like we think the same. We're like similar body types. We're like we fucking look the same. Like and he's super dedicated with it too. So we're all fucking sharpening each other's games up.
When I interviewed you a couple of months back.
Yeah.
That was your main training partner, your brother. How long's he been in this game? Like, does he just do jiu-jitsu?
Just jiu-jitsu now. So it's funny, you know, like me and my brother, we used to like our whole like childhood, like we didn't really get along very well. Like, and that could be an understatement at certain points too. Like we fucking went at it, and you know, like part of it was like, you know, the environment. Like I'm in we have 8 kids in my family, so like there's 10 people in that house, you know, and obviously tensions are high with 10 people in the house. Like my dad's gotta fucking pay the bills, my mom's gotta fucking cook and clean and do all those things, and everybody's like tensions are always high. So it was like me and that kid, like we would try to murder each other just about every day, you know, which was great. Like, cause by the time I actually like started fighting dudes, like I was like, man, I'm fucking good, because I've fought like a million times before. Like seriously, a million fucking times. I've been like, I've had baseballs thrown at my head. I've had we've like
plates.
Bottles,
move that head.
We smoked like I remember one point like he had like pinned me down. I was like just putting my fingers in his eyes and just pushing him. Like it was just hilarious stuff.
Yeah.
And at the time it wasn't fucking hilarious at all. Yeah, it was like we were trying to kill each other.
Yeah. Now, how many boys? How many girls?
4 boys, 4 girls.
Really?
Yeah, totally even.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Man. Where are you in the age?
I'm
group?
the second oldest, so Joe's the older. He's
older okay. You guys ran the house. Oh, so the rest of the
Terrorists.
family must have.
They were like
terrorists, they were like fucking over here. Like
they're part of like the Michael Jackson. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. So he actually got me into the sport at first, right? I didn't even like it. Like he was like. We come from like a super Christian household, so my mom wouldn't let us watch anything except for like Christian TV and like educational stuff on the TV for like my whole life. And then one day, Joe, it was a WEC on Versus, and he was like, Connor, you gotta check out this stuff. Like this is pretty cool. And I saw it, and I was like, man, that's rated 14. Mom's gonna kill us. Like, we're not 14, Joe. You fuck. You dumb fuck. We're gonna get whooped. Yeah. I was like, I don't know if I even like that. Like, that's kind of like a little bit. I don't know, a little homoerotic for me.
Really? You're like, what are you watching over there?
I was like, Joe, what the
I
hell,
like the thumbs in the eyes, Joe.
And I didn't really even like it at the time. And,
Yeah.
and then, obviously, like, he would make me train because, like, he'd be calling me a bitch or something, and we'd just fucking go at it. It would just be, like, a wrestling match or something. And he learned through YouTube at the time.
Really?
And the motherfucker's smart, dude, so he got
Picking
pretty
it up.
good. So, basically, when we were, like, really having this huge feud, like, I was like, man, I gotta fucking train, and I'm gonna whoop on him next time.
Yeah,
Next
yeah,
time.
exactly.
I was like, Joe's in baseball season. I got enough time to train. I got enough time to fucking whoop on him, right? And then I trained for like a solid year. He had no training whatsoever, and we go to like roll, and like he still whooped on me, and I was like, fuck.
Oh yeah,
I was like, fuck. I gotta train harder. So I trained way harder, and then like finally he started training with me like again, like maybe. When I had my place in Stoneham, so it was probably like 2 years ago, and he came back in like, and I mean we weren't really that close at all like that whole time, and that, like now me and him are like fucking super tight, it's just because of all the training and shit, but he came in and that was it. Like he was pretty good at first, like he didn't, you know, tough kid obviously, and obviously me and him have fucking killed each other for years, so. Yeah. Like, there's experience there as well. Like, no matter how much he says that he doesn't have it, like, he's been training for a lot longer than he tells people. Just because
I'm on and off.
Yeah, it's because he's been working with me. Yeah, he's been on and off for a lot longer,
Yeah.
you know. But, like, real traditional training, yeah, probably only about 2 years.
Does he come to your defensive end?
Yeah.
So
and he trains with Anderson, too, now.
Oh, okay, so he's rolling with all...
And he actually trains at Team Flow now, too.
Do you roll with them, too?
Yeah.
You try to take his head off, too?
Yeah.
Everybody. Almost everybody. No, like, same thing with Joe, though. Like we said with Vasta, like, I feel like 6 months ago, it was just like, when I would roll with them, like, I feel like I would kill him if I really wanted to.
Yeah.
Now it's like we're neck and neck, just going at it so hard in the, like, a 6 month span.
Yeah.
The amount of improvement that
And
both of them have made is crazy.
That's what's so fucking crazy. Like, the whole team was like that, too. It was like, you, Joe, Vasta, like, everybody, like, who came in, just had, like, this huge growth spurt, you know, and it's just the guys that we have around, and Bob, too, Bobby, he got fucking really good really quick, like, all these guys that have been coming in, like, just got fucking nasty so quick, so, I mean, it keeps me on my toes, right, I gotta fucking... Keep
this
fear.
kid off you.
I gotta keep all
Suffocating
these
you and
stupid
shit,
motherfuckers, man.
Now, here's the thing about, like, when I could see him, because I could see where... You talk shit when you do matches at all? Do you guys go back and forth a little bit?
Not really.
We're going... no. No, we're respectful, but, yeah.
Like, is there any chatter, like... Is there any chatter at all when you're in a competition or something? Or is it anything like that? Is there any ego while you're going, or is
in
it
competition for sure? Yeah, but like
no, I don't mean that training at all. I don't mean talking shit to each other. I mean when you're in competition. Is there anything like that?
It's nothing personal. It sometimes like. It's just like kind of there and happens, or sometimes someone's being a dick and you want to be a dick back. That happens too. I'm just having fun, man. The only thing I'm really worried about when I'm there is being the best version of myself. So if that means I need to say something to this kid to change something in my mind and tell me that it's gonna make me the best version of myself, I just do it and hopefully it goes my way. But that's all I strive for, is to be the best version of myself.
Who like in BJ, did you have a coach there with you on the side?
Yeah. So in jiu-jitsu, the mat is right there. There's a table right on the end with the score, and then the coaches are right there.
And who's your coaches that you?
So my professor is Anderson Silverio. Usually I have a friend coaching me. But yeah, are we good?
No, that's good.
Oh, okay.
It went an hour. Instagram only lets you go an hour, so then I just add it to HGD the TV.
Oh,
right
I
here,
got you. Okay.
and then we're good. No, you can keep talking. Go ahead.
What was I
About who's in your corner.
talking? Oh yeah. Usually, it's a friend of mine, MK Champagne. She
Isn't she at City Art Town?
no, she was for a while, but she's a blue belt under Anderson Silverio.
Okay.
Competes a lot, wins a lot in the area. Probably like one of the top female competitors.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Easy.
Is she like the friends with like Sarah Click and all them like? Or
Yeah,
what?
I think she met them
from City
yeah.
Art Town. All right. Let me just post that. Good. No, you guys can keep talking. I don't know
What's up, Connor?
Yeah.
You done calling me a
What's up, dude?
bitch?
Yeah, I guess so.
Fucking awesome.
We'll see.
Well,
We'll see.
all right. So
I'm gonna call everybody bitches
I'm
pretty soon.
gonna
Yeah.
start this one live
We
again.
need to get some more views in here.
But listen.
There's
Yeah.
one bitch.
Here we go.
There's
Talk
this-
about the
There's
bitch.
this one bitch, Connor. Who's that one bitch?
What do you want to talk about, Connor? Come on. What? All right. Let's go.
Whatever the rankings or whatever.
Oh, Connor, we had a whole podcast last week about online talking and calling out fighters.
Oh yeah.
Do you want to talk about that, Connor?
Yeah,
Is that
yeah.
something still brewing in you right now?
Well, you know what? Like, I guess the fight is gonna happen. So.
Oh, wait a minute. Is it? Wait a minute. All
Yeah,
right.
I mean, obviously there's nothing scheduled, but he's been adamant. He's been telling me that he's gonna kick my ass. So I guess we'll see how it goes.
Has he messaged you since? We're talking about Jimmy Manning. Jimmy
Yeah.
Manning and you don't like each other at this point, and you guys.
And you know what's funny, man? Like I did like I've always liked Jimmy, you know, and like we got along before, and basically like I just heard like I've heard from so many people like one of Danny Navarro. He might be watching this still. Oh, he's not, motherfucker.
He'll see it. He can see it. Well,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
wanna
he'll see
tag
it
him in the
afterwards.
video.
Yeah, he'll see
Tag
it
him in it.
afterwards. But he was up in like New Hampshire or something, and like Jim Manning saw he had like an F5 sticker on his car, and Jim Manning like came up to him and was like, "I want to fight this kid Connor Barry. He trains with you, blah blah blah," and it was just like a weird thing, and like at the time I shot him a message. I was like, you know, like blah blah blah, like all this stuff. Like I'll take the fight. Like it, you know, it'd be cool. Like if you want to fight for Bellator card. Like
So this was about a while back.
Yeah. I was
He
like,
mentioned your name.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, a while back. Yeah.
He wasn't taught. He just wanted to fight you.
Yeah,
right?
and he was saying it like back and forth for a while too. Like before I fought JoJo.
Yeah.
Like right as I got offered it was really odd. Like right as I got offered the JoJo fight, like the very same day, Jim Manning sent me a message and said, "Hey, blah blah blah. Like I want to be respectful, blah blah blah, but I think I really want to fight you on this next card, and blah blah blah." And I was like, you know what, man, it sounds good. This Giannetti fight's a better fight for me right now. Like he just got out of the UFC. Like it would be an awesome fucking win to have. That would just that should put me up in place. Like coming off I don't know, a nice win before that, and you know, I'd probably like at that point I would have been like 7-2 or something like that. So would have put me in a good spot. So I took that fight instead, and I think he might have got salty.
But they were
about it or
training
something.
partners.
They were training
Wasn't
partners.
he South Shore?
Yeah, which was an
So
odd
he
thing
didn't
about it.
know you had. He didn't know you and.
That's the thing. I don't know. And maybe he did, and maybe they just wanted to see if I would not take the JoJo fight and take this
Think he
guy
might have
instead.
been an easier fight or something.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Like at the time, I thought they were training partners, and right as I got offered that fight, that's when he said that, and you know, I was like, I mean, obviously, like me and JoJo at the time, like we were supposed to fight twice, I think, and one time I got hurt, and the next time he got like stomach ulcers the day before, and both times it didn't work out. So like, and also when I pulled out, he was like talking trash, you know.
Yeah.
So I was like, I need that fight, you know. It's like it's more like a respect thing, you know.
Yeah,
Obviously,
exactly.
Like,
I understand.
They're gonna talk trash, like I'll take that fight, you know. And Jim wasn't really the interesting fight for me. I was like, you know, I don't think it's gonna be as good of a fight, blah blah blah, you know, and
I totally understand. I mean,
yeah.
JoJo's the fight.
Exactly.
I mean,
That's
you
the
got
fight.
you
100%.
offered the fight JoJo
Yeah.
coming off the, of course.
so that's what I did. And,
Yeah.
And you know, then months go by, all this stuff happens, and then I did the Top Game Management sign.
You had the Top Game
Signed
Management
it,
signing,
and I had,
and you didn't hear anything
yeah.
from.
No, nothing for a while.
All right, yeah.
And then like no DMs or anything, and I'm looking through my messages, and then I just see like, falling for that smooth taste like all those other wannabes.
Where did it come from? You're getting like hundreds of likes on this post.
Yeah.
Like everyone's
Yeah, yeah.
Congratulations.
Everyone's like,
Wasn't that
We're
comes
falling
in?
for that smooth taste like all those other wannabes.
Why wouldn't he message you on
I
that?
have no
Saying, I
idea.
can see that happening. Like you expect.
He was
maybe
respectful up until that point.
Yeah, like-
and at the time, like I was, you know, I was pissed off on that day anyways. So like I saw it and I was like, what a fucking pussy. What a pussy this guy is. And I just wrote it. I was like, there's steam coming out of my ears. I was like, you pussy. And then it all started. Then like the next morning, I got like all these threats from Jim Madden and like all these like.
you guys, Dan Dubuque came
Yeah,
on your thing,
everybody
was
came
tearing
on.
him up,
Everybody
man.
came. That's why he wanted nothing to do with that. Like, he wanted.
I mean, he came on. It was like going into your street.
You know,
in the
and you know what's crazy? Like
yelling at you.
He was telling me that I was like disrespectful, and because I'm a young kid and he's like an older guy, like that I was disrespectful for saying. And I was like, you came onto my post and called me a wannabe. You know, like.
And basically, he was saying he was meaning
like,
the whole
talking,
team.
The whole team.
Yeah.
It's talking.
You got
like,
killers on you.
How are you gonna say that? And I legit just signed with the team too, so I was like fuck you, dude. Like, you know, like why are you talking shit to me and my whole team? You know that like I mean I know they're just my team right now, but it's like why? You know, like that you're a guy who's fought basically nobodies his whole time, and why do you even think that's the right move to do that? You know. And I think, honestly, he does want to fight, and I think he does think he can win.
Do you think that was the easiest way he could get under your skin to get a fight with you? Because it worked.
I don't know. Yeah, it did. Yeah, oh yeah. I don't know. I don't really know. Because I remember for a while he was calling out Jesse Erickson.
Okay.
Do you remember? I don't know if you remember.
I don't remember it, but that's another great fighter.
So,
another dude on the list.
Oh yeah. Jesse's a cool dude too. And I remember he was calling out like Jesse Erickson for a while too, and nothing came about that either. So I don't know what happened on that end of things. I remember I didn't talk to Cam Arnold or not, but when he saw the post, he was like, "Oh, I love this." So I don't know if I don't know if there was some. If he knew something that I didn't about this guy, Jim, you know, or whatever, but it seems like a lot of people just think he's a clown, you know.
Well, yeah, I mean, he gets a lot of that. I mean, Jimmy, I know him. He's never done anything. We respect each other and I know how he is as far as like he'll jump on little things and try to get rise out of the younger fighters because he wants to fight them. And Dan Dubuque and. There's been a couple other things in there.
He's a tough enough guy. He's just like the thing is like just technically technically there's like just massive holes in this game. Man.
Well, the thing about Jimmy is like
holes.
I'm just afraid because I don't think he's training at all and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, we know it's going to be a while before a card happens.
Yeah.
But he has to be. I mean, it's a risk with him. You know what I mean? Fighting him because you don't know if he's gonna. I mean, he's living in Florida. We don't know what's going to go on. Is he even training?
Living in Florida?
I think he's back and forth. I have no idea. I know he traveled back and forth. He might be here for good. I don't know.
I have no idea. Like he's kind of like I don't know, mystery man right now. Yeah, mystery man.
Nomad.
Yeah.
But he's got a whole family.
Yeah, no, I mean, I thought he was training with Loco Lobo for a while.
Tyler Pimentel, I think he was getting some work in with him.
Yeah. And another guy told me, he's like, oh, I heard you were fighting Jim Manning, and I was like, huh? You know, like,
recently?
This was like maybe about a year ago.
Okay.
Like, right when I had my shoulder surgery, actually. Like,
okay.
So like my shoulder was still like all fucked up, and I had a guy come in the gym. Was like, I heard you're fighting Jim Manning, and I was like, you know, would be a good fight. I would like that fight, but you know, like my shoulder's not going to be ready for another like 5-6 months. You know, like I don't know if like I was like I can't even lift it up to here. So why? I obviously can't take a fight right now.
Yeah.
And then. I don't know, and I was just hearing these things like from other people, and I never heard anything from Jim himself, like aside from like him being like, oh, I'm here to respectfully ask him for this fight and blah blah blah, and honestly maybe he does want to fight, maybe he does, like I don't know, maybe he was just talking shit, getting drunk, or maybe like he actually sees something, which would be fucking awesome, you know. And he said he's down, he's confirmed. He says he's in. I'm in for it. Like I'm totally down, and people are gonna want to see it too. It's like
I mean, we talked about it. You called him out. I was thinking, all right, and I had the guys on last week, Lars and Travis. They don't like the fight. They think it'll hurt. It'll it does nothing for you as far as it's still a fight that you can if you finish him in like highlight fashion. Yeah. It's gonna help you whether you fight Montoya Sweat like. They don't see that in the UFC. I mean, but Jimmy's got a good enough record that it shows. But you like you said, they don't look at the, they look at the record, but they see you knocking someone else.
True.
They're not looking at his record. They're looking at your record and what you just did.
There's gonna be a lot of hype. Like when that Facebook post came up, I had people like I didn't talk to for like 12 years. Like I had like a Catholic priest telling me to kick his ass and stuff. It was fucking awesome, dude. It was so awesome. Like people just saw it. And they saw me call this guy, and I'm like, I'm mild mannered. I don't just say you're a pussy or I'm not that type of guy.
You really gotta get under my
skin.
Yeah. Especially on my post.
It was like a couple months, and I kept hearing these little comments, and then when he wrote that on the post, I was like, all right, I'm gonna like. That's it. Like I'm sick of this shit. Like let's fucking get it. And really, so I mean, the thing with like Lars and Travis were talking about it too, and I would have commented back, but I just been smoking a little doobie.
Yeah.
I was like, I was just like, maybe not today. But like, so what Tyson says is
that was going to be my next question. What's he saying?
What Tyson says is, I need 2 more wins to be marketable, right? Yeah. And that's the thing. Unfortunately, the record does still mean a lot, And I've had like, I'm 6-3, not really. Like you don't see people in the UFC at 6-3, unfortunately, and you don't even see people in the contender at 6-3, unfortunately. 8-3, that's then Tyson can do stuff and work with me. Like I can fill in for short notice fights. I can I can start doing all that shit because now I'm more marketable just by having that number.
Yeah.
And so basically, what the UFC just wants to see me win 2 more.
Get that 2 fights in there. Yeah.
And that would be what would be the like and. Unfortunately, like, if I take these 2 fights, like, God forbid, like, maybe let's say I got hurt or something, God forbid, like, knock on wood, like, hasn't really, but, like, I lose a fight, If that happens, now I'm 6-4, I'm going to have to be at least, like, 11-4.
Yeah, you got to double that up, yeah.
I'm going to have to win, like, 5 in a row.
Yeah.
And at that time, it's going to be hard for me to get, like, fights that are, like, guys who aren't beasts.
Yeah,
and at that point,
they're gonna put. You're gonna have to go against.
When you start off with a lot of losses on your record, it's like almost never. Like you're gonna have to work so fucking hard and so long, and I don't want to be working in the local scene for like another 8 years to get to the UFC.
Yeah,
like that's not something that I want to do. I want to just fucking get in there, beat Jimmy Manning, maybe one of those other guys that I was talking about right afterwards, and then boom, should be good to go. Like Jim, he's a good fight because, like I said, his record is better than mine. Like the guys he fought, I mean they suck, but like are people gonna? Some people will look at it and say like, oh yeah, the guys that he fought did suck, and some people will be like, all right, he knocked out a 6-1 guy, knocked out this guy, like, and the UFC. Are they gonna watch every fight? Probably not.
No.
Like
they just
have
want
so
that
much
8.
time.
They want that 8-3.
They have so much. They don't have enough time to do that, and they want that 8-3, and they want somebody that they know and trust to tell them, hey, this is the guy.
Yeah.
This guy, like they know Tyson. So if Tyson said, hey, put fucking Conor in there, like he's got this fight short notice, blah blah blah, he's good to go, he'll be on weight, and we're all set. And they need like. you kind of need that connection, and then you kind of just have to have some sort of, like good record and good marketability.
So Tyson's cool with fighting
Tyson likes to
Jimmy.
fight. Yeah.
So
So I
I wish there was a next step because there's no card there.
I'd sign the contract right now. That's the thing. It kind of sucks being in like a limbo, and
you could sign it with Premier because they're signing contracts right now. You just get it out there that you're gonna fight him.
Yeah.
But I would. It's
he
gonna.
wouldn't fight for Premier.
Yeah, it's gonna be Cage Titans.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think
Jim
Jimmy's
Manning
gonna
wouldn't fight for anybody else except for Cage Titans.
Yeah.
It's just that's what it is. I'll take it. Like I told him I'd take it any weight. I don't mind doing 55. I don't mind doing 70. He sent me a message like, he's like, don't worry about me. Like I just have to focus on making weight and that's it. And I was like, dude, you don't have to focus on making weight because I'll fight you at any weight.
Yeah.
You if you're fat right now, I'll fight you at 80. I'll fight you at 85. I'll do 70. I'll do 55. Like, I can lose weight and gain weight pretty quickly. It's fucking awesome. Like, I didn't even try. I'm down to like 175 now. I was at 190 like maybe 2.5 weeks
Just stop
ago.
watching you're
that's
eating
it.
a little bit more.
I just went back into my intermittent fasting, and I don't even think about food until like 4 p.m. and and then also I'm more active in the gym now. I'm doing a lot more like private lessons and stuff again. Like in quarantine, I wasn't doing all that shit.
Yeah.
So now I'm running around all day, fucking doing privates. Back in the game, bro.
I'm gonna ask you after I ask him.
Yeah, of course.
You know Jimmy Manning and stuff like that.
I did before this. No.
Oh no! All right, because I was gonna ask your opinion. Like, what do you think Conor will do to him? And then I'm gonna ask you kind of like, how do you see the fight go? Like, what your skill to his skill? I don't want you to give a game plan.
Of course. I can give any game plan.
But
I don't know too much about that. I know on his best day, like he could probably beat anyone on that list on their best day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's just a matter of reaching that full potential on that night, getting your body in that perfect spot on that evening is what you want. And if he's in that state, he'll beat anyone on that list. So it's not a matter of that guy; it's a matter of everyone.
100%, yeah. Yeah, I like.
So
honestly,
easy fight for you?
I've just watched his film, man, and it's just like, I see so many openings. And I can say them all right now. I don't even care. Like he could be watching, and like I'll tell him exactly what I'll do. Like,
Well, I'm gonna cut this segment out and send it on its own.
Yeah, just send it right
in
to
a
him,
day or two anyway.
Yeah, just DM it to him. So I see him like he always comes out and he always does this. Like this is where he starts his hands. All right. So one like right off the bat, I was just like salivating when I saw that. I was like, oh, that looks fucking juicy. Right, and so he fights like this. He throws his jab a lot, and as he throws his jab, he brings his right hand like so far back that like whenever he throws it, he's way too far out. So he'll never land that right hand, which is awesome, right? Like so I don't have to worry about that either, right? Number 3, like his takedowns, his head is like so far off to the side that like if you see Fernando's fight, like all he does is every time he shoots a takedown on Fernando, like Fernando frames and elbows, and it's like his head's so far on the side that like he's gonna get elbowed into pieces. After that, like on the ground, let's just talk about a couple other things here.
Well, yours, bro.
His half guard, all right. I saw him in half guard, just getting pounded on. Didn't look for underhooks. Didn't look for anything. It was just kind of bellying down from half guard, getting punched the whole time. And I saw that, and I was like, wow, that's again started salivating a little bit. Like, man, I could really smoke him right here, you know. And to be honest, like on the ground, like he's really square in guard too. Like he doesn't take angles. He's not really dangerous there either, you know. And the guys that he has beat on the ground, like probably don't know any ground game, you know. So it's like there's just too many things to say there that. Like I'll give it to him, and I'll just give him my whole strategy right there. Like,
why do you think he thinks he can beat you? What do you think he's thinking? What do you think he's?
I think he's drunk.
like he wanted you over a year ago.
Yeah.
Which might have been legitimate because he was still in the the fighting mode and still he might.
I don't know if like there's a thing like because. he fought Fernando like it was only a few months ago, right? It was probably like 8 months ago, 9 months.
Yeah,
ago,
it wasn't.
right?
It was a rematch. It wasn't
Yeah.
too long ago.
Yeah, I mean, he made 55, and
because he was on our ranking, so
Yeah.
it wasn't over.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
he was in the
and
voting.
he beat Fernando like pretty decisively the second time. Like the first time, like I think he got beat on for 2 rounds, and Fernando broke his foot, and that was the end of it. But the second time, like, you know, like he showed improvements at least, right? Which is, you know, like that's good, right? So he's showing that he can at least still improve, especially at that age. And you know, like I don't know if it is something personal or not, because he's always trying to say like, blah blah blah. I'll fight you. He's like, I've always wanted to fight you as an amateur and stuff like. And then like even as a pro, I wanted to fight you. And it's like he just has this fascination with wanting to fight me. I don't know what his plan is with it, to be honest. He must know it's a very hard fight for him, you know. But he I mean, like I said, he's a tough guy. Like I'll give it to him. Like if he wants to fight, like fuck man, that's honorable, you know. That's
There were, you know, but seeing it, there was a better way to approach you than come on.
Yeah,
thing.
exactly. And
I didn't know any of this backstory.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was
Nobody
like
did.
potential that
Nobody
there was going to
really
be a
did.
fight or something.
I've never really told anybody about that before,
Okay.
really. Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, that was it. We just had this dialogue where like, and we had it for a while, and it was like respectful, and he had always like for like years too, like he had always like said he wanted to fight me, and then like when it would come down to it, like something would happen, and it just that fight wouldn't go through, and you know, like I've always wanted that fight, like even as an amateur, like I saw him, like I trained with him at Lozon's, like when we were when I was probably 18, and
Really?
oh yeah, and I trained with him, and he didn't even train at Lozon's, but at the time, like I didn't even train at Lozon's really at the time, but I went in for like a little trial thing, because I was like in this transition period of gyms at the time,
Mm-hmm.
and I trained with him that one day, and he was respectful to me. He was like blah blah blah. He's like, I'm usually friends with the guys I fight, and then he even at that time, like this was 2013 or 2014, like he expressed that he wanted to. So maybe it's just this long thing that I don't know, that he just wants to.
Still on it.
Yeah, he's still on it. And you know what? Fucking hey, good for him. But you know, I want that fight. I think it's a good fight. I think that'll be an awesome fight. I can get a nice highlight reel, however way that goes. You know, and I think that'll just push me up a nice little notch. And then we'll do one more, and then we should.
And then you get your 8 and 3.
Should be, yeah, and then we're in that range.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Jimmy will be happy with this podcast. Let me tell you. He did see the last one.
Yeah.
When Travis and Laz.
He's
and I
probably
were
not
talking
going to
about
watch this one then.
He'll be forced to when I take this clip out. It's gonna go away, you know. I gotta put this clip out. You told us stuff I never knew. I gotta get it out there. I mean, I was last week after we had the podcast, I was like, because it was kind of the same thing with Matt Bissett and Bruce Boyington.
Mm.
Matt's adamant he's not gonna fight him. He wants Bruce to fight another fight, and I could see Matt's point.
Mm-hmm.
Matt don't want to fight someone for the belt coming off a loss.
Yeah.
You know.
I like Bruce a lot.
I like Bruce too.
I know Bruce personally. I don't know Matt personally. Like I know him through Facebook, and again, I like both the guys too. But like, man, like, if I couldn't like if I knew I wasn't gonna fight anybody, like I would just feel like I'm wasting my time, like getting into like like,
just to rival you, get
exactly.
you aggravated.
Yeah, like what's it gonna do, and it'll get your name out there a little bit and stuff, but neither of those guys, that's not their goal for it. Like Matt or Boynton, they're not saying like I'm just gonna try to get my name out there and talk shit to one or the other. It's like that's just what's gonna happen. And Boynton likes to fight in Maine. That's his hometown, and there's that little thing with CES. they had a little disagreement, and
he gave his belt back.
Yeah. So like honestly, like that's the thing. If you can, Jim accepted the fight. I want the fight. Should be good to go.
Yeah.
Knock on wood. Like I'm good for it. I'm good on my end. And you know, like I think Jim's a man of his word. I don't think he's pulled out of any fight. So I think he's good for it too. So that was like, I didn't mind talking the shit, but like I don't know. It just at that point, it's just talking shit takes a lot out of you sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, you think about it all day. You're like, what am I gonna say to this fuck next?
Yeah,
you know?
I understand.
What am I gonna get?
And you
this
see
guy
a
with?
notification. He said he's getting back with something.
Like this
what the
motherfucker,
fuck?
yeah.
I just gonna block you. What am I gonna do over here?
Yeah, exactly. You don't even know what to do, and then you're like, oh man, I'm gonna have to see this guy, and and if we're like, honestly, like if you don't fight, you're gonna see him at the shows anyway. What the fuck you gonna do? You're gonna be like, all right, I'm just gonna like, are you gonna go up to him and just like beef with him right then and there at Gage Titans? Like, what are you gonna do? Like, it's a small group, you know, like a small circuit, and we all see each other all the time, so. You know,
something's gonna happen.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, that's, I guess, you know, he said it, you said it.
Yeah, should
you
be
know,
good
when
to go.
fights happening.
Should be good to go.
I mean, it's a great local fight, especially for Cage Titans coming back. You know.
Yeah, I mean, Jim sells a lot of tickets too, and man, like, I guarantee you, I could sell like 150, even to Plymouth. You know, and that's kind of what sucks is, like, where Stoneham is like north of Boston. It's not North Shore, but it's like. Nothing is around. We don't have any shows around us.
Yeah.
They used to do them at Wilmington, like the Shriners. And I think, Joe Cav, he's actually watching right now. Joe Cav had a nice show in Wilmington at WCF. And he had like Papadelos there and like Mike Tyson there and all like. He had a really nice show.
Yeah.
And he actually spoke about doing a show.
I heard he was planning maybe developing something.
It would be really cool if he did. And honestly, I would hope.
If he needs help, he needs wherever, you know, regional, for regional,
yeah,
you know.
For sure.
You know, New
Encore,
England.
beautiful spot for it too. You know, they had the boxing fights there. The Dropkick Murphys did their show there. It was fucking awesome. It was like, it'd be just a beautiful place to have the fights, man. And it like, my hometown is 10 minutes from there, so like Plymouth is an hour for everybody.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody from the South Shore. I don't know anybody from like that area. Like. Nobody. I can't sell any tickets from there. Like, so everybody that's coming is like driving a long time, like almost 2 hours sometimes. You know, especially traffic on Saturdays and shit. Like if it's summer and people are going down to the beach.
Oh yeah, it's horrible.
It's horrible.
Yeah,
it's fucking horrible.
And stuff.
You know, and the same thing too. Like Ammo's in Springfield. That's another 2 hour drive. Like Combat Zone in Manchester. That's another about hour and 15, hour and 20.
Yeah.
Like NEF is probably about another 2 hours away. Like everything is like far away from my hometown, so it kind of puts me at a little disadvantage right off the bat.
Yeah. Like
if we did do something in Encore, I could probably sell 250 tickets like that.
Joe Cav.
Yeah, Joe Cav. Yeah. Are you still watching? I wonder.
We'll tag him.
Yeah,
we'll do something.
He must be still watching. I see his name in there. But that would be super money, man. And I would love to do that. Like honestly. To fight like close to home like that would be something I want to do before I get to the UFC too. You know, like if I got on the UFC, I might never fight in Boston again, and I might never fight like that close to home. You know, and have like people come out there.
Yeah.
So I think just being able to fight like that and have like everybody come out would be fucking super lit.
Well, we got time
to
develop something.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
know?
Exactly.
I don't see another card coming unless, you know, get a vaccine or something happens, but I don't see anything until, you know, Laz was talking, it could be the end of the, you know, January or something, but I don't know.
Hopefully not.
Still push and still
hopefully not.
Try to get matchups. So
you know, it would be interesting to like. I wonder if somebody would end up doing something like just in their gym. Like I know
like a small or a small.
Maybe not even a small. Like technically, all they would need is just the commission to come to somebody's gym at that point because there's no crowd, so they don't need any alcohol. They don't need it. Like there's no.
But will fighters commit to that? without making anything like
I
go
wonder.
through? You know what I mean?
I
I mean,
think-
it's
I think
gonna.
so.
They're gonna have to get bit.
I
mean,
would think so. I mean, they still have to get
it's
their
still, and it's
medical
gonna go on that It'll still be a
It would
fight
still
on
be
that
on the
record.
record. Yeah.
Everyone would have to get tested.
Yeah, for COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, that's still like, it's not. I mean, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
You know. I mean, the thing is, it's just like the people who are putting it on would have to be willing to risk a lot right now.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, they're so
The
crazy
aftermath,
about it.
what can happen?
Yeah.
In Florida, I think it's in Florida, but I read on like an advertisement for a tournament that the rules are in the building that if you're not competing, you have to wear a mask. So as soon as you step off the mat and put
You
your
gotta
shoes
put
on,
that
you
on,
gotta put a
suffocate
mask
yourself.
That's what it is in the gym too right now. To be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how they are. I mean, yeah, like a Triforce, and you can roll, and you can, but I don't even know if you can. I don't know if they're even rolling. Yeah, I think they're rolling.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we can't technically roll at the gym yet. Like when there's class going on or anything.
Yeah, I don't think they're. I think they're just doing, hitting bags and stuff like that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I mean,
Maybe doing some techniques
Yeah,
and stuff in
yeah.
jiu-jitsu and
I mean,
spread
really,
around.
I feel like everyone's just breaking the rules anyways, and it's just like,
Everyone's training anyway.
yeah,
Everyone's training in
Yeah.
each other's houses, getting together in groups. Like,
something.
Yeah,
you know,
there's clans all over
Yeah,
the place getting
exactly.
ready, and like you said, like you like training with them, the lower level, but
Yeah,
you're with a
Yeah,
nucleus
yeah,
of
yeah,
highly
of
skilled
course.
guys that are making you
Yeah,
better.
and
right now.
we all have the same goal. You know, we all have like very similar goals where we're going with it and what we want to do with it, and nobody's just doing it for fun. Like everybody's fucking dead serious about it. You know, and that's fucking great. You know, that's why everybody's been getting so good so quick, and it's happening with everybody. Everyone's just boom, 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 boom. Everybody's getting, you know, even I got like significantly better in the last year, and I'm just come off the shoulder. Like I had a whole year off, you know, and then like once I got back into it, I was like, everything was just clicking again, you know, and I probably learned 10 times faster once I got back into it. It was fucking great.
Awesome,
Yeah.
awesome. Well, guys, we've been going over an hour and a half now.
Yeah.
So, anything last you want to say or anything before
not much.
we go? Before we go?
Yeah. Well, we'll just.
You
we'll
said
just,
a lot, man.
Yeah, I know. Fuck, man, huh? Jeez.
You got a lot to say today.
Oh, the featherweight rankings. I
Oh,
want
yeah.
to see again.
You want to see him again?
Yeah,
Let me
yeah.
throw him up there.
I saw that.
Let me get the lightweights out of there.
Christos wants to talk some shit now.
All right. Here we
Well,
go.
dude, I don't know most of the guys on this
Oh, yeah,
list.
yeah,
is what
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying. You know what I mean?
All right. So let me blow it up.
He's calling them all.
I-
Nobodies.
All right. So
Christos. When will you learn?
it'll show up on the screen and like, can you see it
Okay.
on there? It should cross over in a minute. Because it's hard to see over here.
Yeah.
There. Yeah. I'll move it down. I think. So that's it. Can you see it right there?
Yeah, I can see it. That's a solid list. I mean,
I like Shane a lot. Shane's good, man.
Shane's good. Yeah.
Shane's good.
All right. So I know most of them. Who just came? Randy Fellion came on. I think Dylan is his
Randy
brother
Francis.
or his cousin.
Oh,
Or,
yeah, okay, I know Randy
From-
Francis.
So Randy Francis, he fought. Randy Francis is a gamer, dude.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
he's
fought
a
lot of
scrapper.
people. Mhm.
His record really doesn't show how
Yeah.
good he is because he's lost a lot of fights by.
But anyone
Decision,
with that
split
amount of
decisions.
fights, though, is
12
game.
amateur
Yeah.
fights, yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, if you have 5 wins at least out of 7.
Yeah. Yeah.
Of course, yeah.
He fought Zach Richards for a title at Reality.
Yeah, he fought tough guys, too,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
It kind of sucks seeing, like, talented guys, like, I mean, as an amateur, like, it's fine, I guess. But seeing, like, talented dudes, like, take two tough fights, like, early in their career, you know, like we're saying, like unfortunately for a pro around now with UFC is they don't fucking like seeing losses.
yeah,
from
so
them.
you got to
They
take
don't.
smart fights.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like if you got 3 or 4 losses, it's gonna you're gonna have to have like 12 wins. You know,
Yeah.
if you're 12-4, that looks good. If you're like 10-4, it's almost like a 500.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
you know, and then 10-5, like, you know, it's like what are you gonna do at 10-5? You're gonna have to be at least like 14-5 to get anywhere, to even look like decent. I know. I train with this dude, Daniel Madrid in Arizona. Dude's fucking awesome, man. He's the LFA champion, middleweight right now, and like, why the fuck isn't he in the UFC? Who knows? He's fought everywhere. He's beat like all the toughest dudes.
Is he beating him by decision?
No,
or
like submission. He's killing him, man. He's really good too. Daniel's sick, and they're just like, what do you do? What do you do? You know.
It's a crapshoot. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, what are they? You know, what are they looking for? I think it's management.
Yeah, and
I think it's
even Nate Andrews.
who's he managed by?
Nate Andrews is fucking well. So so Daniel's managed by I remember the Tyson used to work with them actually. They managed Andre Feely when Calvin fought him, and that's when they separated a little bit, right? Because these guys had Andre Feely and Tyson had Calvin, and they were fighting each other.
Yeah.
But they were technically under the same.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Thing. Yeah.
Wasn't dude from Canada or something, was it?
No. Maybe.
Not Ed Knapp.
I think you might be right.
Ed Knapp used to do a lot of stuff for CES.
What's his management? Oh, Ed Cap. Yeah. It's not Ed Cap. Yeah. Ed Cap's doing like the publicity stuff.
Yeah, he does, but he also I think he's connected with Tyson somehow, or was at one time.
I forget what the other management is, but he does have good management, Daniel, still, and the other one is Nate Andrews, dude. Nate Andrews he's a beast. He's a beast. Why the fuck isn't he in the UFC, man? You know.
Well, let's talk a little bit about that. You see that
the JoJo fight?
JoJo and Nate. What are you thinking about that? I mean, they both agreed on it. I mean, Joe.
Verbally.
And it's easy to agree on fights when
there's no
nothing's happening.
There.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we were talking about it last week. JoJo could go to the UFC before that fight even happens. He could get something can happen to him before that fight even happens. What are you thinking about that call out when Nate? Is that a good fight? Like, what do you think of that fight?
Yeah, I think it's a good fight. Nate's really good, man. Like I've gotten a good amount of training in with Nate. He's really I don't see why he's not in the UFC. No reason why he shouldn't be. I don't know if they just had it out for him or something or whatever, but like he totally belongs there, man. Like. And it's kind of a shame, you know.
Yeah.
So and he won all of his fights in first round submissions too, basically.
Yeah, he was on a huge winning streak. Yeah. He's like.
Yeah, at one point I think he was 16-1 or something, and with 15 first round finishes. Something I could be wrong.
Yeah.
You know, but it was something along those.
Yeah, it was
lines.
between 12 and
yeah.
And
he was too good to be fighting on local shows.
Yeah.
And then he went in the PFL and he didn't do as well as they expected and that was it. That might be. I don't know.
Yeah, he's coming. He's here, and
I don't know. It's gonna be hard for him to get into the UFC. I mean, it seems like sometimes there's just people that they just you're good, and then some other people they're just nah.
Just overlook
and
them.
you don't even know why. You
Yeah.
know? I don't understand why, because I feel like Nate brought a good crowd into. He sold tickets. What do you need to do? You know?
And he's under Tyson, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
He's been under Tyson for a while now.
Yeah.
That's a great fight.
He's a little bit older. Is he almost 40 now?
No, man, I think he's in the. I think he's Matt Bassett's age, 32. Is he that old?
Oh, I'm not sure.
I don't think he's that old.
I don't know.
I think he's
around. I was gonna say if he was that old, maybe that would be the case, because then they'd be maybe he wouldn't have a long career in the UFC, and maybe they're let's just keep him out, because if we keep him in, he's only gonna have 2 or 3 fights.
Yeah,
I could see that. But if he's 32, there's no reason why he shouldn't be in the UFC.
I think he's not around that age. I could be wrong, but I thought he was around Matt Bassett's age.
Not on the Contender or anything. I don't know. I don't know.
And here's another thing. Matt Bassett got in.
Yeah. He did.
And Nate was kind of the same line. He was
the
CES lightweight champion, while Matt was the featherweight champion.
Yeah.
And Matt got that late notice call up in Boston, which got him the contract.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't Nate get something like that? You know what I mean?
Isn't it odd?
It's weird.
It's a lot of times. Sometimes it's just. It seems like it's just a chance thing. I don't know. It's it's just, you just have the right opportunity at the right time,
Yeah.
and like Devin Powell when he got in, like he had that fight with John Lemke, and it was like Dana White looking for a fight, the series, and you know, at the time, like I heard fighters were just like saying like they were talking about that show, and they're like, guys, don't like fight on the show, because you know they're not really paying anybody on it, because they're, you know, Dana White's there, and like it's just, you're just fighting for an opportunity to fight in front of Dana, and they're like, we already know, like the main event was 2 guys from Brazil that they flew in, both of them, and like they were like 18-1, you know, like both of them, like that was the main event. So like right off the bat, like you look at the card and you're like, oh, you know, it's gonna be one of these guys that's gonna go to the UFC, and they're probably not gonna take anybody else, you know, and they didn't. And they just put one of those guys in, who the winner from Brazil like went in, and Devin Powell, he had like a really tough, gritty fight. You know, he got his nose smashed, and Dana was like, oh, I like that guy. You know, I want him in, and he signed up for 3 fights. You know, it's kind of like
right place at the right time.
Yeah, he just had that right fight, like right there.
Yeah.
You know, like. You don't know, like would he have got signed? Maybe, like otherwise, like if he kept fighting, maybe he would have got signed otherwise. But you know, he fought right in front of him, just right there, and he liked him right off the bat. And sometimes maybe it's just like a personal thing, with the UFC guys. You know, sometimes like if you say anything poorly on the UFC, like they don't like it.
Yeah.
And they won't take you. Like,
you know, maybe Nate in the
anything
past said,
you
know, why not me? Why, you know,
Yeah.
But I don't see it. He's not a big vocal guy.
No,
you know what
not.
I mean? But
No.
that could be it too. I mean,
Yeah.
he's not one to go on social media and really push his name.
Yeah,
I mean, he did when he was in PFL and like. But he's not one that pushes his name on social media every day. You know, Nate has other things that he does. But I could see that having it, because you know there's fighters out there that sell himself.
Yeah, you got to market, man.
Yeah,
you gotta market.
And that's something that I think he was lacking kind of halfway in his career until he, you know, was winning and defending that belt at CES. CES was pushing him, but as Nate himself throwing shit online all the time, that's kind of not his thing.
You do got to market yourself, man. That's it. Like, you got to take it into your own hands and give the people what they want, I guess.
And look at what's going on. These kids are fucking, you know, selfies in the bathroom with their belts every day and stuff like that. You know, not that there's anything wrong. You know, market yourself. I mean, if people are loving it and fucking giving you the views and shit, and sponsors are jumping on you,
that's
you
crazy,
know, do whatever you got to do it. I mean, I don't mind seeing it. You know,
that is what it is.
Content for me to either laugh at or like. You know,
if you're not trying your best to market yourself, what are you doing? Like, isn't the point to make money fighting one day? That's the entire point.
Yeah.
You know, that's part of the game, building your career. So if you're not doing it, you're, you know,
the promotions aren't doing it. They're not going to do. They do it leading up to the fight.
Yeah.
But when you don't have a fight for them,
they won't.
They're not like pushing you or stuff like that.
That should be your responsibility as a fighter. To be honest, like if you're a musician, right? Like you could be the sickest guitar player ever, but if nobody fucking likes you, and nobody's heard of you, and nobody wants to see you play guitar, you're not gonna go anywhere.
Exactly.
You know?
You gotta get out there.
Oh yeah, and that fucking guy, like I don't know, like who sucks at guitar. He plays fucking 5 chords over and over again, and now he's playing for Oasis or you know, something like that.
2 other guitar players that are right behind.
Yeah, you just play, and you're just like, yeah, all right, and you're like, oh, that guy fucking blows, you know, like, and then I see the same shit with drumming, like you'll see like like the White Stripes, like you'll see like Meg White play the drums, and you're like, man, she's fucking horrible.
Yeah.
Like she's a bad drummer.
It's like my daughter hitting the
she's not
the
even
drums.
that good. Yeah, like and it's like I see a 6-year-old on YouTube who's fucking like got chops like crazy. He's doing blast.
The black
beats.
chick.
Yeah,
Black little girl. I call her chick. The little curly girl.
Yeah. She's good.
She's fucking awesome.
Nasty.
She's been like on the dancing on the seat and shit.
Nasty.
Yeah, she plays everything. That
she's
girl.
nasty.
Yeah,
and she's actually making something of herself. But there are people out there that with the same level of skill that like nobody has ever like. They'll have 20 views on YouTube, and they'll be like Joe Satriani on guitar. You know, they're just like
exactly. No
nasty.
one's watching. Like me. Like my YouTube channel gets 4 views. I feel your pain, drummers.
Oh yeah, you just need a face tat, Steve. I think.
Is that what it is?
Probably.
Just follow me.
Yeah. Honestly, you would probably
teardrop right here.
You'd be viral as fuck, though.
Right. What if I got a face
tat? You'd be viral as fuck.
Fucking follow me.
Yeah.
Get a temporary
What should
one.
it
See
be?
how you like it.
Yeah.
I turned it to
Yeah.
what's it? The Tiger King.
It's got to be something
Carol
bold.
fucking Baskin.
It's got to be something bold, Steve.
Well, the boys at New England MMA will figure it out
Yeah,
for me,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
They'll put fucking
Yeah.
something on it, man. Well, guys, we gotta wrap it up, man.
Oh yeah,
It's
dude.
been here a fucking while. You guys gonna? How long did it take you to drive here?
About an hour 15 or so.
Yeah, that's what
something
it took
like
me to
that.
get to your house.
Yeah.
So, Jesus, we went about an hour and 45. That's what I did. I think at your house. You have to. Did you edit like 40 minutes out of it?
Some of it. No, it's all there.
I was stuttering through the whole fucking thing.
That's all right. That's all right.
It's awesome. It's fucking tough. Well, guys, anything you want to say before I let you go?
Well, shout out to everybody at the gym. Shout out to Defensive Edge. Shout out to everybody who's supporting us and helping us through, and everybody watching. And yeah.
Hey man, thank you for having us. Thank you for everything you've been doing, especially with New England MMA. Obviously, trying to evolve the scene. It's pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, these new rankings are already creating so much buzz, like you said. They're cool, and I'm thankful for it.
Yeah, it's good stuff. It's getting the chatter going.
Yeah,
It's,
100%.
you know, it's getting things going. There's fighters on there I never, other fighters didn't even know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they're like, oh,
Yeah.
looking them up now. They're like, holy shit. So
Yeah, totally.
it gets, even though there's not fighting going on,
A little bit
we
grim.
can get a little fighting
Little
going on.
chirping,
A little chirping.
Little chirping,
Take you
chirp,
out.
yeah.
You want to fight me? Come on my post and talk shit. Fuck you up.
You know how it goes.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for coming on, man.
Absolutely.
Taking the drive, man. Anytime, the room is always open.
Hell yeah.
You want to come down, take the younger studs with you
Yeah,
again?
fuck yeah, that'd be great.
I could set it up for about 4 people in here, so
Yeah.
we could figure it out.
Yeah, that'd be awesome, dude. Oh,
Awesome. All right, guys. From the Room Podcast, we out of here. We are having a podcast Thursday night. Lars and Travis will be back
Oh,
here
yeah.
talking about a couple of things. I don't know. We'll figure it out
Yeah,
tomorrow.
there we go.
Guys, thanks so much, man.
Absolutely.
Follow us, share this video. I'll have clips of it. I'll definitely be taking out a lot of what Connor said and sharing it online because it's really good stuff.
Yeah.
Stories I had no idea about. So the Room Podcast, follow it on newenglandmma.org, New England MMA on Facebook, New England MMA on YouTube, and New England Mixed Martial Arts on Twitter and Instagram.
Yes,
We're everywhere. Lodge, you're doing
Yes,
a great
sir.
job out there. So we'll see you later in the Room Podcast. Later, boys.